We were all taught that mammoths went extinct with the end of the Ice Age. But the truth is that this species survived for 6,000 years longer than we were told, and it happened in a place almost no one has ever heard of. Imagine this moment. The Great Pyramids of Giza are already complete. Egyptian workers are laying down their tools after centuries of labor, and the first civilizations are carving their stories into stone. At the very same time, thousands of kilometers away, on an ice-locked island at the edge of the Arctic, woolly mammoths are still alive. This is not alternative history or a literary metaphor. It is a fact that completely changes how we look at prehistory. While pharaohs were planning their journey into the afterlife, the last quiet chapter of the Ice Age was still unfolding on Wrangel Island. There, on an isolated piece of land in the Chukchi Sea, time stopped for mammoths for an extra 6,000 years. For most of us, mammoth extinction is associated with sudden catastrophe, overhunting, brutal cold, or rapid climate change. Their real ending, however, was far less dramatic. It was slow and almost invisible. Around 10,000 years ago, melting glaciers raised sea levels. The land bridge connecting present-day Siberia to Wrangel Island disappeared beneath the water. A small group of mammoths was cut off from the rest of the world. At first, the island was a safe refuge. No predators, no humans, enough food. The problem was that there were very few of them. Estimates suggest the founding population consisted of only a handful, perhaps a dozen breeding individuals at most. From a powerful species that once numbered in the tens of thousands, an isolated community the size of a large family was born. This phenomenon is known as a genetic bottleneck. Imagine making a photocopy of a photocopy. Each time the image degrades until it becomes unreadable. The same thing was believed to be happening to their DNA. For years, this was considered a death sentence for the last mammoths. Studies from more than a decade ago seem to confirm it. Analyses of late mammoth genomes revealed an accumulation of harmful mutations. Scientists even spoke of a genomic collapse. Mammoths began to lose their biological armor. Their fur no longer insulated them properly, and the trunk that once detected water beneath a meter of ice started to fail. Giants became prisoners of their own bodies. Their health was worse than that of their continental ancestors. For a long time, it was assumed that these genetic problems led to the slow agony of the entire population. The case appeared closed. Science delivered its verdict. Wrangel mammoths were doomed by biological degeneration. Until June 2024, when researchers looked inside their bones and saw something that turned this story upside down. A team of scientists analyzed the genomes of 21 mammoths that lived on Wrangel Island over several thousand years. The results were surprising. Despite long-term inbreeding, the population remained stable for most of that time, numbering between 200 and 300 animals. More importantly, the mammoths did not merely survive. They functioned relatively well. Evolution did what it does best. The most dangerous mutations were gradually eliminated, because individuals carrying them rarely reached reproductive age. In practice, this meant slow genetic purging. Wrangel Island was not a biological trap. For thousands of years, it was one of the best places on Earth for this species. This leads to the key question. If mammoths were doing so well for so long, why did they disappear? Today, scientists increasingly point to a single, sudden event. Perhaps it was an exceptionally harsh winter, when rain fell instead of snow, and then instantly froze. Grass became sealed beneath a hard layer of ice that mammoths could not break through. One season was enough for even a healthy population to face mass starvation. Another hypothesis suggests an infectious disease carried to the island by migrating birds. An isolated population may have had no immunity to a new pathogen. In both cases, the outcome was the same: rapid, near-simultaneous extinction. Most striking of all is that humans played no role in this story. Archaeology is clear. The first hunters reached Wrangel Island roughly 400 years after the last mammoth had already died. They found only bones protruding from the permafrost. Today, auroras still dance above the island, and its harsh landscape remains almost untouched by humans. But the story of the Wrangel mammoths is more than a historical curiosity. It is a warning. It shows that isolation can be an invisible threat, even when everything appears stable. Modern species such as pandas, tigers, or Tasmanian devils live today on similar ecological islands, surrounded by human civilization. Their populations may survive for decades, even centuries, until one sudden event brings everything to an end at once.